Today, President Obama received an extraordinary letter from Syria, a plea for help from 15 of the last remaining doctors in Aleppo.
It has been an act of real delinquence on our part to stay away from this conflict, which is rippling across the world now.
There appears to be dissent in the White House over the handling
pressure mounting for
the
President
crisis.
Obama to step up military action against Syria.
Is the president feeling like he needs to once again lay out a pretty detailed defense for not using more military intervention in Syria?
The president has been more than willing to use military force against threats to the United States. If you actually look at his record, he's been much more aggressive about going after terrorists and terrorist networks wherever they are than any other president. In Syria, at no time has there been a clear plan that could make the situation demonstrably better.
Despite Vietnam, I'm not a pacifist. I'm not a pacifist even after that experience. I do think that the United States of America has to be able to reinforce our diplomacy with use of force. And there were debates about that.
There's no issue that we've worked on where there was such a divergence among people who on some issues might be aligned, but on this just saw it very differently.
Samantha and I, we have split in some important ways. You know, she sustains that kind of original idealism around our ability to save lives and make things better. I sit close to the president, and when you're president, you know, he has to think about what is Congress going to do about this? How is this going to be received by the American people? How am I going to measure this against every other priority I have in the world?
Certainly what's happening in Syria is beyond frustrating. It's haunting. There's no issue where my thoughts and my feelings and my ideas have made such a marginal impact on desperate people.
The regime of Bashar al-Assad, Russia, Iran, and their affiliated militia are the ones responsible for what the UN calls a complete meltdown of humanity.
Of course, I asked myself, had I made an argument differently, I think we could have tried other things, but there's a whole drama there, so.
She'll put her point of view out there as tough as anybody else, but we joke and we commiserate at times when we both were in the same place and didn't get what we wanted. I mean, sometimes we have some tough arguments in this business.
You don't want a groupthink around a table that serious, right? That would be dangerous, in my opinion. Everybody is heard, and then out of our structured decision-making come recommendations that we can present to the president, whether unanimously or with a split.